What's up, guys? Welcome back to Planet Austin. Today's class is Gorilla Passing, my favorite passing series. It's using a wrist and ankle pin to work our way around the guard, cut back through the guard, or flop into flat mode. Three cool options, and I move into some north-south attacks. Hope you guys enjoy. Catch us at Planet Austin and 10PATX.com.
This will probably be the only place that I train at, to be honest. I was only here for a week. I had like a flu the first couple of days that I was here.
You blacklisted or what?
I went to On It, I saw it was opposite. I was like, came in, had a look, it looked cool.
Oh, yeah.
Thought I'd drop in.
Great to have you, man.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Big deal right there.
No.
It's a big deal.
No. I'm just a normal British guy.
Nice outside Granby. I don't know if I know you, sir. What's your name? Mark? Yeah, you look familiar, but I don't know if we're tight yet. Where are you from? You met me in Alaska?
I was at the Bass Goose tournament.
Oh shit, you trained at School Anchorage or what?
Yeah, I was at Anchorage Driveway.
Badass, dude. You down here visiting or what?
I live here now.
Holy shit. Time, guys. Switch if you haven't. Other person, just getting some shrimps, getting some guard recovery. You know that guy? He's from Anchorage.
Oh yeah.
Alaska invasion. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Fairbanks. Last couple summers ago.
Yeah.
And we did your best week
In Soldotna. So did he. This is weird. This is weird. Something's going on. Good to have you, Alaskans. Let me give you a series I call the Gorilla Pass series. We talk about this a lot. It's like striking. If I can get an angle on the guard, I can land a punch. I can land a pass. But your partners, they're always going to be moving their angle, adjusting their angles to keep you squared up. Even if you had them on their back, you know, they're still squaring up. And then you start thinking about not just passing at once, passing segmentally. Can I get past the ankles, the foot line? Can I get past the knee line to the hip line? But just because you pass the ankles doesn't mean they can't mess with you. They still got butterflies. And even if you pass the knee line, it can still knee you in the butt and mess up your game. We got to look for ways to pin as we segmentally pass. So we're going to pass the ankles, but pin the ankle. Pass the knee, but pin the knee, and make sure that they can't reclaim their guard as they're passing. If I just step in like here and I'm hand fighting, it's easy for arm drags to happen. My weight's forward, my ass is up. So you got to be kind of cautious here. I'm going to start this pass here. I'm going to drop down and bring my hand fight to their level. And what I'm looking for is Lego grips, C-cup grips, whatever you call this grip. And I want this hand grip, this fight. And this may happen from a variety of combinations, but once I achieve that grip, I'm immediately going to pin it to the mat. So I'm going to pin that weight to the mat, and I'm going to set my next grip up to align with it. I want to be able to go here, and then immediately put my hand here, and then move past the foot line, past the knee line. What was my outside knee, we'll move to the hip. I'll switch knees. I'll take a seatbelt, and I'll reset and do it again. So wrist control down, my other hand turns like so that I can hold a push-up position on my partner. My hands are like that, like I'm stabbing. Boom. I'll go outside knee on belly to regular knee on belly to seatbelt control. And I'll just complete this cycle. Wrist, ankle, weight comes up. This is the easier knee on belly to achieve. The real knee on belly, the seatbelt, keep circling. Pretty basic drill. And I'm just pinning the ankle, pinning the hand on this entire side over here, keeping the guard from being able to open up on this side. Gorilla pass, boom, boom, to the back. I feel like a gorilla when I do a kind of monkey-ish. That's why I call that the 8 pass. 1, 2, boom. We're at Planet Austin today. We got a bunch of Alaskans in the house. I don't know how that worked out. Keep your elbows in a little more. Keep your elbows in a little more and your knees a little wider, feet a little closer. So you'll probably be more like, not so much like this, but probably more in here. And then you go there. Yeah, do you feel how much weight you can put right there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You guys take a moment right here to feel this pin. Feel like, how does this feel? This should feel pretty strong. You shouldn't be able to just to like lift your hand up and turn back in, right? How does that feel now? It's a lot more. That really pins you down. That really stops the, you know, I can let go and just kind of hold them right here. I got a pin right here. And then what I'm really doing is I'm switching to a real knee on belly. Now I have a real, we're knee on belly essentially. Stopping all these pins, take a moment, ask them, how does this feel? Does this feel like I got you? Do you feel like you're stuck for a second? incrementally pass, incrementally pin. Take your time on those. A few more minutes, 1, 2. He could easily just push me over now. Like, it's just easy to push me over. So what I want to see you do is lean forward. So if Kendall pushes me, I got base right here. He could probably just lay on me. He could post on me like this. Yeah, so have a butterfly guard there. Like, he has to, if you're kind of here, it's real easy just to pop you back. Bring it in. So you felt how that worked, right? You feel stuck right here and they're passing your guard over here. So I need to figure out how to recreate a guard over here and put something on the opponent. The outside leg, the leg that's not being pinned, tries to find their hip, tries to come back over. You know, I'm trying to block the guard over here. That's gonna set up a over-under pass, or what I call reverse knee slice. So as I go here, she hooks the leg and pins. Go hit that spot, yeah. So she's stapling my bottom leg, underhooking the leg that went to regard, right? And pausing right here for a second. Leaning into me, keeping pressure on me. As she turns the corner, she'll look to cradle and control my head. So the staple is gonna be this shin on my thigh right here. She shoots in, bam, that pins me, and she's gonna lean into me right here. As she turns the corner, she lingers on this as much as she can to establish the cradle before I can hit that reverse shrimp and turn back into it. Chain passing and typically getting them to overcompensate or overcommit to something. So in this case, you know, you went for the back here, I overcompensated, you underpassed around the other side and took a cradle. Boom. And if you wanted to, you could add 2 passes, 3 passes. She goes gorilla, I go recovery, boom. I could do another recovery right here, and she could do another pass. You wanted to spam that pass a bunch of times. That's just the progression of this passing sequence. You block these posts here. I need to bring these other posts into the game and use it against me. One more time. Person here, guys, when you're playing the butterfly guard, I need you forward like this with a good base. If you're playing like this, you're about to get pushed over. You're just gonna go to your back. Like Kendall is not light. Kendall, if I'm here and playing butterfly guard, Kendall should be able to just push on me like this. And I need to be able to keep my butterfly guard here. That makes sense? That's gonna force them to come down here and hand fight. Here's where we're starting to play. Here's where the hand fight happens. Here's the pins happen. Once the pin happens, if I don't react, she just takes my back. So I gotta react right. The reaction is gonna be a little too much in this case. Well, I'm here. She's gonna use it against me. Pass to the far side cradle. Cool. Gorilla pass, reverse knee slice. 1, 2. Let me give you guys, I see a little bit of confusion right away. So I'm just gonna stop you right now and nip it in the butt. I went gorilla this way, right? She switched, my hand might move to the knee, my hand might move to the hip temporarily. So you could post like this if you need an additional base. I'm knee slicing right here and hooking right there. Lean into it and see my foot right here. Linger that foot as long as you can, because as soon as you pick it up, they can reverse shrimp. If you gotta go slow, get you right here, they'll fall back, then go right here. And then just go knee slice, lean and hook, spin, keep the hook, keep the hook, keep the hook, cradle, wide base. All right, 1, 2, boom. Nice, Kendall. No. So make sure your hands are like that. Nope. Like that, so that when you walk over here, see how your hands are positioned? And you could like sprawl like this. Like you could put a lot of weight on that hand. That's really the goal. Back at you. Boom, here. You'll go under that leg. Slice over that thigh, right? Yeah, look at the cradle. Excellent. Look at that mobility, bro. You got some legs, huh? Like, yeah. All those cigarettes. You can walk around and act like you're a black belt. You're a black belt. You can just walk around, stand over people like this. Don't even say anything. Just look at them and then walk away. Just like give them a very disapproving, and just every now and then sigh.
Hey, you just Mr. Miyagi this thing. I'm behind your back. I'm a behind your back guy.
Yeah, that works too. And then a few more reps. Give me 3 passes now. This last few, pass 3 times. So cut back. Bottom person, keep reverse shrimping. 2, 3. Yeah, there you go. 1. Where's that knee slice? That was garbage, man. That was garbage. There we go. That didn't even count. Didn't even count. It's lucky you got a good partner. Making you look good. Arby's disgusted. He almost left class.
It's hard to watch.
It's hard to watch. Burned his eyes. All right, guys, time. We're going to work a position called flat mode now. Flat mode, like the earth, Dakota, like the earth. Flat, no edges, infinite plane. It's different than north-south. Different than north-south. Actually, let me use Dakota over here. Flat north-south, guys, typically is more of like a chest-to-chest, going to your back, upper body control, some type of configuration where I'm controlling his upper body. You know what I'm saying? Some type of north-south right here. And north-south, great control. Lots of people kill from right here, but Dakota's hips are not pinned. And when Dakota's hips are not pinned, he can move all around. He can invert. There's all kinds of shit that can happen when the hips are not controlled. So the flat mode is a more overlapping north-south. Does that make sense? So I'm going to be controlling Dakota's hips with my upper body and controlling Dakota's head and shoulders with my hips. So my upper body, my head is on his hip right here. My shoulder is in his stomach and my arm is cupping his hips. So shoulder in the stomach, head cupping the hips, and I'm squeezing his hips right here, right? So I'm pulling his hips into this position. On this side, my hip is pushing into his scapula, shoulder blade right here. I'm pushing his shoulder into his head. My hand is pulling his head into my hip right here. So I'm on his head right here. My head's like so, and I'm squeezing like that. I'm on my toes, driving my weight into his pelvis and my hip into his shoulder right here while I pinch his head into my hip. Squeeze here, squeeze there, on my toes. I'm controlling as many of the pockets as I can. Controlling this pocket here, this pocket here, this pocket here, this pocket right here. He really doesn't have a lot of space. Does that make sense? So we're gonna try to maintain the flat mode for a little bit, just kind of play with the positioning, and then we're gonna hit an arm bar here. And I'm gonna ask Dakota to kind of bridge and move around, and we're just gonna kind of play with the possession. And by me controlling his hips, he could turtle. This would turn into our next play, our Mars. But what I want Dakota to do is, after he bridges a few times, is reach in front of my face. Reach in front of my face. Come on, just relax. Press. It's okay. Sorry, brother. So this is just a drill to feel your controls. And guys, no controls infinite. People are gonna find a way to make space, get an angle, get an elbow in, work their way out. So you're gonna have to modify your controls. But we're gonna hang out here and just kind of play with the flat mode. Then they'll reach in front of your face right here. This is one of the few options they have. They start pulling on your head, right? I'm gonna take my arm, I'm gonna capture their elbow, put my hand on my shoulder. I'll switch my hips and push their face down right here. So I'm just controlling the elbow right here on my shoulder. This would be a little game here where I try to step over the head. As soon as I step over the head, right, I'll go elbow to elbow, my hand on my shoulder, and I'll attack this straight arm bar. Your head could go to the mat here. That adds to it a little bit. But that's a very high percentage arm bar from the flat mode position. So here in the flat mode, controlling, they reach under the head. I go to the shoulder, capturing here. If I don't push on the face, some people can just sit up on you right here. If you're just like right here, they'll sit up on you. Right, so I need to pin that lever down by doing this. That's gonna shut her down. She won't be able to sit up now, right? There's a game here with this leg. She knows if I step over the head, it's over. Some of you guys will clean up the triangle here. That's cool. But I'm just going shoulder cap, elbow cap, nice tap here. Chris hits a pretty arm bar from here too as well. So this sucks. I try to cross face. Bam. Right here. She'll step over. Right here, and then she'll post, lift me up. A spinning arm bar for fun. The cool thing about that arm bar is my hands are already separated. It's a really easy finish once she goes with the arm bar. Controlling my hip, controlling my head. And if you don't have this arm, clean it up with your hip. Yeah. So if my arm was like tucked like this, she'll sit out that direction. Hip heights under my elbow. Jack my arm up. I'm here for a second. I reach in front of the face. Bam. Right here. I can't sit up. I don't want her to step over my head. She finds a way. And then there's the tap there. Go ahead and tell them what you're doing.
So you can post, slide your knee up to their body, and then wedge them over your leg. And then right here you can keep your post. You can go back to posting, and then you want to pivot your foot or the orientation of your knee towards their armpit. Keep it under like a wedge, like a door stop, your foot. And then you can look for the hand.
That's a chest tap right there. That was tearing my pec. Cool. All right, 1, 2. Head to the mat. Just drop your hips down. And you may not have under his head. You're probably just gonna be pushing his head into your side right here. So pushing this, sprawl flatter. So like, and then toes driving forward.
Ah, there we go. That's worse, huh?
You'll reach in front of his face. And now grab your own elbow. Pull through the arm. You probably could have pinched like this a little bit more. Pinch it like that. Yeah. You guys, eyes in real fast. This pinch right here, right? You gotta like, when you capture this arm, try to pinch the hand in your neck, like that. You wanna be able to pick people up like this. Like his hand's not coming out. That makes sense, guys? So when he's here, you go, you catch it like this. Then you put your elbow on top, then you can break. That makes sense, but it shouldn't slip out from right there. Capture it with your neck. 1, 2.
Yeah, look like a picture in front of everybody.
That means you look strong.
No, no camera. Deportation. Deportation.
Yeah, the arm's separated the whole time. Done, Joe. You know it's done, right? You're just like, oh my God. Yeah, it's way more vulnerable when it's like what's happening. You just feel more scared, yeah.
So your hips are like over here?
No, they're flat. You guys, come in real quick. Let's tie this together. That mode is different than twister side or north south. So some of you guys are kind of like, you're like right here in side control, which is fine. It doesn't mean you can't do this move. And you could be in side control and still do a very similar move. Does that make sense? But I want, for a flat mode, it's more like this. Like if you look down on us from above, we're almost in line. And it's my head on her hips on my head. As much as in line I can be, and I'm pushing my hips into her head this way, pushing my head into her hips, pinching her as much as I can. Notice my hips are walking over her head, right? Because the other route I'll take here is to encourage them to turtle. So if I use my hips to push this arm this way, they'll turtle, and this is your Darcy. Right, so this hand would then move behind their back, wedging them over. So as I'm here, I'm pushing on the head, I'll start sliding down, I'll wedge them over with that one. As they turtle, you'll slide around into your bars, into your right. That makes sense, guys? I'm not gonna go great detail on that one because I wanna go back to the passing. So you hit this spot right here, you could go to the arm bar. Some of you guys have done this a lot with me on B-days. We go here, we encourage them to turtle, and we take the bars. Let's do either one of those. Let's go off the gorilla pass. So the pass we did earlier, they didn't really react that much. You got the jump on them, and you got this outside knee on belly. You got to the back. Next time you roll with them, you do it again, and they overreact, right? So I'm here, I go this way, they overcompensate, right? They try to put a guard back in, they give me an opening, I went to the other side. They're getting smarter. Now they're not gonna overcompensate. We'll kind of close the door. So instead of me going all the way here to cross over, right? I might go here and I keep my foot down like that. I don't reach over like this because I realize I'm opening that door. That makes sense? The person ends up kind of floating in the middle where they're not trying to give me that pass to the back, right? So I'm basically doing a flat mode flop. Like I'm just flopping or spiking myself into flat mode while they're in this kind of purgatory. We use a bunch of biblical terms today. Flat earth purgatory, when they're like right here, right? We're just gonna come down from heaven and take the flat mode right here, boom, like the Nephilim, right here. So, ready? So we're here, I go flat mode, boom, I dive in right here. I just move into flat mode And that's usually what happens to me on this play most often. Is people aren't gonna give up their back. They're not gonna overcompensate. They're gonna kind of have this hybrid in between guard, and I gotta fight my head to the belly and the hip, and then just collapse into the flat mode position. And really the goal for me here is, can I get a hold of the hips? If I can hold the hips, they're not gonna move, then I can use my upper body to kind of settle down, or my lower body to settle down the upper body. Just to reiterate, guys, he doesn't compensate, boom. He overcompensates, there's too much opening. So this time, he's kind of in the middle, and I dive into flat mode. That makes sense. I just kind of collapse into this position. And again, I'm not trying to go north-south right away. I want to control the hips first. Control the hips first. And notice this arm was here. He wasn't a perfect flat mode. That's fine. That's fine. I can go right here. This would be a great wrist control, north-south set. Gorilla pass. He compensates in the middle. I go head here. Bam, like that. Right? Doesn't really matter what this arm does. I got the question last night, like, well, what if the guy holds you like this? Let him hold you. Let him waste his energy keeping your weight up like that. He catches me right here and hold me up. I'll chill right here. I'll be like, how long do you want to hold me up? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long? Because eventually my hips will drop. It'll wear them out. So I encourage the bottom player. You don't really want to catch someone there unless you have a plan for it. You know, where's your next route? Probably want to find an underhook. Just keep your hands to your side. You guys work that one, and then kind of bounce between the few of them. You know, what happens if they don't react, they overreact, or this middle ground. Flat mode flop off the gorilla pass. Boom, bam. 1, 2. Okay. Because if you're in this twister play, anytime an arm reaches in, it's vulnerable.
Yeah.
If he reaches under my leg, it's a baby arm.
Yeah.
You know, so anytime this
So
arm,
the simple answer is,
Yeah.
if his arm's on the outside, you would go into that first version.
yes. If the arm's on the inside, I probably attack it more north-south. Yeah, more north-south. Yeah. You keep your arm there, it's vulnerable. You don't keep it there, it's vulnerable too.
I don't usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quick explode. That's easier. Yeah. If your arms are on the inside, then it's easy to do.
If your arms are like this,
You can just switch the hip.
I'm gonna switch my hip and then walk backwards on it
That's
like
easy.
5 times. Just keep doing that, dude. If it's straight like this, I'll probably take it.
You don't bother trying. You
I'm gonna
just
take it.
attack
Yeah. I might even let you turn into me, and I'll try to like get one of these like behind your back wrist controls. One of these deals. You pump you like that kind of thing. All the fun north-south stuff.
Like inside over here. But if you do want to land like here,
Yes.
how would I?
That question's come up a bunch, and I'm gonna answer it to everybody. You guys,
Hey, thank you, bro.
Big Ape, Strauss asked. You guys know Daniel Strauss, the raspberry ape? Give it up for the raspberry ape. He asked a good question. He asked and then you asked the same question. Other people asked this question.
Give him a round of applause before
Oh, comedy ship, mothership, bouncer. He's killed people. And I was saying earlier, if this person wants to hold you up, let him hold you up. And then if the arm goes here like this, what would you do? Or if the arm is just here, what do you do? If the arm is just like that, you're gonna hip heist. So if he's just hitting you like this, you'll walk your hips this way, you'll get your hip bone underneath his elbow, and you'll just run his elbow back. That'll come up a lot. You'll do that in side control, sometimes with your knee, with your hip, but you're hip heisting to lift the elbow and underjack his arm with your hips. If his wrist is down like this, you turn it all the way that way, right here. We're gonna go ahead and keep that, and that'll set up a nice north-south choke for us. If we're here like this and his wrist ends up down here, I'm gonna go ahead and pin the wrist to the mat. Pin the wrist to the mat. Then I'm gonna look for his head. And just like a rear naked choke is a V that you shove someone's neck into, and the sides of the V hit the arteries. The north-south choke is a V from the back. It's the V there. Does that make sense? So your lats one side, your triceps or your biceps the other side. So you're wedging him into a V this way. If he looks like this into the V, he can look into it and avoid the choke being on his neck. Right, so that same hip heist that you do to get under the elbow, I turn my hip like this to lift the elbow. I'm gonna turn to lift his head. So if his head was looking this way, he doesn't wanna get north-south, look at me. And I slide down, I'm not gonna get a choke here. So what you gotta do here is as you slide down, turn your hip that way a little bit. right? And then hip heist his jaw away. Hip heist his jaw away. Boom. How's that feel, Dakota?
Not good.
Tighter. Nope. My head as low as I can right here. A little squeeze. And a tap here. So sometimes you got people in north-south, and if you just got their neck, don't go crazy. Still flip around. I'll just like invert and grab you. But if you control my wrist, so if you have north-south like here, you keep my wrist from the back, I can't flip any more over than that wrist. That makes sense? That stops me from inverting further, right? So you can keep them pinned pretty well just by holding the head and that wrist right here. Try to invert. Right here. Right? My palm would be flat like that. That's gonna make your bicep longer. It's gonna fill that gap in. Right? That's your overhook game. All your chokes are gonna be like this. A lot of your chokes will be like that. Palms down. There's the V. I'm gonna go chest to chest. And I'm gonna sag into this choke. My head's gonna go below his shoulder if I can. So I'm gonna go over here and down low. I'll do a little squeeze and I'll walk into his head for the tap. Boom. If you're not quite getting it, you can let go of the wrist and go S grip and pull for a little second. He may be able to invert there, but you'll probably get the tap in that process. Does that make sense, guys? We'll just tug. So flop into this position. Boom. This hand landed right here. Put the hand on the mat. Reach over the head. Start sliding down. Right? If he looks at you, turn your hip away. Turn his face away. Slide down some more. Palm is flat on the mat. Little slow squeeze. Put my head on the mat, and I'll try one like this too. You like the lightest taps.
Huh?
He's like, cool. Have fun with it. 1, 2.
I'll tell you later.
I was like, wasn't sure if someone's tapping on my shoulder. You guys, a couple of you guys, eyes in, feel the move, but eyes in. You guys ever seen someone doing an arm triangle? When they're on the jaw, they're doing an arm triangle, but their shoulders on the jaw. That can happen under north-south. You want to get under the chin, under the jawline. So make sure that you're not on the jaw with your lat, you're on the neck with your lat. Does that make sense, guys? So more hip heisting. When I say hip heisting, it's not necessarily your hip that's going, your hips turn so that your lat can go under the jaw. So keep wedging and getting your lat up under there. That makes sense, guys? And then hips flat. So if you're finishing and you're like this still, that's not how you want to be on the north-south finish. Try to get your hips all the way flat and sag back for the finish. Cool? 1, 2, boom. Like 1 more minute. I want to hear people coughing. Like something like that. Yeah, nice sit out. Really got, yeah, you felt that? You got under your jaw and just crazy. Took your head off.
احلى زلمه انت والله احلى زلمه انت هيدا احلى زلمه بالدنيا.
I think, guys, this is the live situation portion. You're welcome to go live. You're welcome to keep drilling though. So if you don't want to go live, you just want to keep working the technique, by all means. The first live situation, we're going to start with just the beginning entry. So the first person gets the pin. We're just starting right here. Playing with this.
Planked?
You can plank, yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead and go plank. Starting right here. Don't spaz out. You know what I'm saying? My goal is not to knee her in the face, which will happen. Sometimes people just go, wow, like here. So, but play the game and just, this is your data collection time. This is when, you know, you're in the field testing out the new weapons. Cool, so don't try to win necessarily, try to use the weapon. 1, 2, boom. I'll switch you first person, set it up and go. And time, switch, other person.
Yeah.
We both go twice. Time, we both go twice. So now we're starting with the outside knee. Do a plank, and I want you to get that outside knee. So we're starting right here. Can you guys do that? Play from that position. 1, 2, boom. There you go. You're going your leg. Fireman, just for you. This here just for you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Switch. Let's do this twice. So the person gets another.
Oh god. Oh god. Everyone's gonna know.
This is on YouTube in like 45 minutes.
You don't even know how many views this could get. Depending on the things we say and what happens, it could get more views.
Shadow ban works.
Yeah. We do 40,000 depth, you got tapped.
Time. I want you to start the pass. Bottom player overcompensate. Top player reverse knee slice. As soon as that knee slice starts happening, it's live. Kendall, can you guys show me? Boom. You're gonna compensate, so you fall back and cross over. Boom. Right here, it starts live. Somewhere in that range, it's live.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good.
Cool. 1, 2. Boom. Cross. Put that knee on him. Hit him with your knee. Push it there. There we go. Yep. Oh, he's got long facing legs. Oh, but you got a knee bar. Time. Try that one again. Try that one again.
That was awesome.
Switch it up. Oh, almost got a little flop in there. Flat mode. Man, Arby missed out on some good shit talking. Oh, there he is, Arby. There's some good shit talking going on over here. A lot of heckling.
A lot of heckling.
A lot of heckling.
No hecklers.
Watch him, he's doing his own fucking move right now, whatever that is, dude.
Time. One more time each, guys. Set it up and go. Don't wait for me to grab.
You gotta grab his leg, you fucking idiot.
A bunch of hyenas over here.
I'm not even training. My neck hurts too much. I'm 1,000 years old. That's what you were supposed to do. God, you're so stupid.
I like it, Michael. That's a good play. What you guys do?
What's up?
Absolutely.
What's up, fam?
I bet it's even worse in the kids' class. They just start kicking their nose.
Yeah, some kids are like Curtis who are just like, okay, I don't know, I'm just gonna go live, or some kids are just like, all right, I'm just gonna go to sleep, guys. See y'all later.
One option: go live or go to sleep. Go live or go to sleep. We're gonna go live. Time. Good work, everybody. Thank you, training partner. Remind them your name. Say, oh yeah, my name, by the way, is this. Colette. If I was Brazilian, no, I'd throw out.
Oh, Colette. I like that.
Colette. You guys, meet me on the wall real quick. Let's get a quick pick. Oh, Thursday night Jiu Jitsu. Last Thursday night was awesome, guys. You did great. Who else is here? You guys kicked ass. We're doing it again on the 20th. So if you want to get on Thursday night Jiu Jitsu, talk to Noah, talk to Brandon, talk to Cruz, call out Cruz. He takes all challenges. Yeah, he's not gonna back out. 180? There's no way you're 180. Wow.
Cool. Ready, guys? 3, 2, 1. Hey.
Dude, that thing, that was really good.
That was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around and do a few
Oh yeah,
rounds.
please do.